Hello, beautiful collective. If you are seeing this, then I do trust that this is finding you at the perfect time. You're watching 12th House Tarot, and if you are in any which way attracted to the thumbnail and or the title of this video, then I trust that this has found you for a reason. There are no such thing as coincidences in this life, so either a portion of this reading or the whole reading itself will resonate for you. Always take what resonates and leave what does not. I intended for Spirit to find the message for those who need it, or allow those who need to hear this message to find it. So before we start the reading, I have a few channels that I would like to share. This may resonate for you right off the bat. If not, I think it will bleed into the message as the cards come out. But I have If the Shoe Fits, Wear It. And then I heard Finding the Missing Piece. And then there was something along the lines of a pen running out of ink in the middle of writing, or feeling like you can't get your message out to something or someone, like you not having the right equipment or utensils, or not having something in order to generate something else. So this could be not having the right art supplies, not having the right material to get to work, so to speak. And lastly, I was hearing an empty stadium and or a theater that is empty, sort of a bunch of empty seats in a dark theater, a very hollow, broadened space with no energy in it. So you could be feeling lonely at this time. You could be feeling like you don't have any support, or you don't have what you need in order to make something happen. But like I said, initially I heard finding the missing piece. So I do feel like this is you finding a solution to something that maybe once felt stuck or stagnant or lost. We have your dreams need a practical plan with the full moon in Taurus. Okay. Yeah, I think that there definitely is something along the lines of needing to get going, but feeling like everything is all over the place. Maybe you have a lot of ideas and you don't feel very grounded at this time. You could be a chronic overthinker. You could be someone who maybe needs to get more clear on where they want their life to go, which direction to take. I do feel like with the full moon, this is a culmination point, though. This is going to be a realization for you. We have the Emperor card coming out, which is a very prominent, strong energy. He is someone who has his plans in order. He is very practical. He is known as an entrepreneur, potentially the divine masculine, a father, okay, a provider. You don't have to be these things, but this is the energy that wanted to come out today. So the Emperor card is Aries. It is fire. So we have fire and earth out here today. I think that there definitely is something around you being assertive or being a disciplinary, either for yourself or for other people around you. And I think that this is a reminder from Spirit that you have all that you need in order to get going or to get started with something. I just heard the word maggot. I have the Seven of Wands underneath that. Okay, so this is also the energy here of self-defense. So you could have the answers, you could hold the key to something I'm hearing, but you're not open to sharing it, or you're keeping it sacred. I think that you're hiding something from the world. I truthfully do. I feel like the empty theater is a sign that you are not filling that theater because you don't want to. You're not putting yourself out there. You're not sharing your gifts, your talents, your skills, because either A, you don't have the resources, or B, you don't want to do this. And I think Spirit is reminding you that you are very successful. You're very capable. You may feel like though you have to self-protect for some reason. You may feel like this could even be a boss for some of you, that or an authoritative figure in your life that doesn't allow you to do what you want to do. I'm getting a very stubborn energy. Taurus is very stubborn. And I have the Two of Pentacles. Okay. Bottom of my deck is the Queen of Pentacles. Very interesting. So there is this balancing act that you're doing. I think that this is a back and forth energy in your head of whether or not it's time to get going, it's time to start something, or it's time to continue to plan. I think that you've been in the waiting room for too long, the spiritual waiting room. You've been deciding whether or not it's time to pursue maybe a creative project or a business opportunity, a financial plan, even a relationship for some of you. But a lot of this, I think, has to do with whether or not you feel balanced enough and capable enough to put on a show, I'm hearing. Okay, this Two of Pentacles makes me feel like she is performing. She does have an audience, and there, like I was saying, there is prominence in having an empty theater, having no one to watch you do something. I think Spirit wants you to do things regardless if people are watching. It's sort of like dance if nobody's watching. Create even if you don't have the support yet, because the support is coming in. I am channeling that there may be politics involved in this, or this may be very controversial, whether or not you do pursue this venture or this relationship or this, whatever this may be that you do feel so called to do. But there's a lack of planning. There's a lack of this Emperor energy. I think it's very crazy, the opposition of these two energies of these cards to come out. So I do feel like you are very capable of making this happen, but there's something getting in the way, possible clouded judgment or defensiveness that is not allowing you to move forward, okay? And it's making me feel like there is this other party. I do strongly feel like this Emperor is coming out to represent like Big Brother, like someone or something outside of your control. Very Plutonian energy I'm actually getting. The planet Pluto, which is about boundaries and restrictions, which alongside Saturn as well. But I think this is more so generational. This is like, I heard government shutdown. This is like something along the lines of you not feeling like this is the time period for you to pursue this thing because of external factors. But I think Spirit is saying you're overthinking this. You're not letting yourself grow. There's no wiggle room, I'm hearing. What is this Emperor energy? What is this boundary? Why is this collective defensive or not open to getting going or not able to start their plan? What is this boundary or restriction, Spirit? Okay, we have the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Swords here. You could have dealt a lot with potential financial worry. Okay, there could have been a sudden decline in your resources recently, or you do feel like there's this never-ending ladder that you're climbing. It's like every time you make money, you have to spend it, or this boundary is a harsh truth or a sudden realization that you will have to continuously climb and climb, like the corporate ladder or the financial ladder. Maybe you feel like you're drowning in your day-to-day life. For some of you, this is about leaving a 9-to-5 job and starting something more entrepreneurial. And for others of you, this is about recognizing that if you want to climb the ladder, you have to let go of where you came from. You have to make peace with the past, essentially. And the Eight of Wands is a very fast-moving energy. So if anything, I do feel like you are climbing this ladder pretty fast, or you will be able to overcome these hurdles. But I think that the boundaries are the mental space around finances, or it is around your own ability to self-express. It's interesting how you're showing up within the Seven of Wands energy, and what's holding you back is the Eight of Wands. It's like there is this block between you getting to that next step. It's like there is no progress being made right now because of potential mental hurdles. And I do feel like for a lot of this collective, this is about a personal sense of success or stability or finances, okay? For others of you, this may have to do with some form of creativity, but I do feel like a lot of this resides in a sudden realization that you had, or it's sort of like accepting something for what it is, even though you don't want to accept it. It's like calling a spade a spade. I'm hearing there are these little spades on the Eight of Wands. I'm hearing call a spade a spade. So it's almost like you are now accepting a harsh truth, but you may be letting it swallow you up, or you may be letting it confuse you. And I think Spirit really wants you to overcome this, or to pursue your dreams still without any sort of apologies, okay? Fill that empty theater, fill that empty space. I think that you're meant to hear the message that you're meant to take up space in this life. You're meant to share your story, share your gifts, climb that ladder, overcome the harsh truth. And it doesn't mean that we could rewrite the truth or change things on a global scale or a societal scale, but we have the ability to sort of do what the magician does and manipulate things and co-create with the universe and make things easier for ourselves. Because I do feel like you're well aware that there are innovative solutions, or you're aware that things can change if you give them effort. But I do think that this may be about you not having the energy to do this, or there's a fear of if you leave this comfortability or safety net of the 9 to 5 or safety net of your potential schedule that is no longer serving you, you're going to fall back into old habits or old ways, or revert back to a sense of self that was living in lack. And I don't think that that's the case. I think that you've learned your lesson, but you need to make a plan for yourself, because I think you're also recognizing you will forever be climbing this ladder. It's like it will not stop until you put an end to it. And 6 of Cups, yeah, that is the past coming up. So very significant for me to say that right before the 6 of Cups comes out. The past is a major part of this. I think what the most burdensome part of this all is where you just came from, or what your past has looked like. I'm picking up a lot of father wounds for this collective, or potential lack of support from parental figures. That could be this Emperor energy. That authoritative figure is actually someone from the past, or something that had control over you that didn't help you. They worked against you. They didn't give you the tools, I'm hearing. So you could be actually looking back out of a space of nostalgia, but mixed with worry and mixed with regret about the life that you've already lived. And it's not allowing you to grow. It's not allowing you to make a plan for your future, because there's a fear of leaving potential comfortability, like I said, for the sake of your own well-being, or your own safety, like I said. So I think that this needs to be about you leaving that comfort zone to pursue something that's more fulfilling for your soul. Okay, I think that there are people who are bound to see what you have to provide. And there may be a few people you recognize have their eyes on you with not such good intentions. This could be, I'm honestly picking up past coworkers, or actually people from grade school, or people that you did once know as part of a community, who you're well aware did not support you, but that's because you did shine. That's because you did think outside the box. And this is because you didn't have a very traditional upbringing. I truthfully feel like this collective of people needs to overcome the past in some way. And the advice here is to do that by creating a plan to get yourself out of the stagnancy. So I do feel like there could be a dog days sort of energy involved in this. So Spirit's really asking you to find the solution, find the missing piece, find the tools that you need in order to actually start to pursue your dreams and start to live again. Because this collective of people, you're not living. If anything, you're living through the past over and over again. You're actually living through a negative thought loop, I'm getting. So there could be significance in gardening and flowers, in, I heard boot camp for some of you, or what is it, Boy Scouts, I'm hearing. That could be significant. Or something where you were forced into learning things that have allowed you to survive but not to thrive. Okay, so essentially it's breaking you down to nothing but a robot or a piece of societal machinery that you don't resonate with. Your soul, I think, is urging for you to get out of this. There is this back and forth. It's almost like you're able to tap into the normal day-to-day sort of facade that you have. And then when you come home, or when you are alone by yourself, your soul is urging you to be this creative inner child that you have been drowning with negative thoughts, potentially for some of you, dopamine, and flooding this with distraction. There could be significance in maybe a grandmother or an old female figure who used to knit. Maybe she used to make scarves, or she used to just use yarn a lot, like make little trinkets or something like that. I don't know why that's coming up, but yarn may be significant, or a red bow in specific. So I do feel like Spirit is really asking you to get very clear on what it is you'd like to pursue in this lifetime. And what would it be in your life that would allow you to liberate yourself from the stagnancy or from the potential harsh reality that you're never getting out until you get yourself out, until you're the one to sort of draw the sword and cut yourself free. Because there's this never-ending thought loop or never-ending cycle of back and forth that you're stuck in. You're stuck in the past. If this resonates for you, you are indeed stuck in the past. So what would it be that would disconnect you from that old timeline and allow you to step more into this role of assertiveness? Very interesting. What else do we have in this today? The show Attack on Titan could be significant. I'm actually seeing the capes from Attack on Titan, if you watch that. I have the Around Winter card that was flipped over. So this would be around this time period. Okay, this would be within the winter time. Okay, the winter solstice just passed. That could have been significant for you. But this season may be really tough for you. You may recognize that you think about the past a lot during this season. That could be because the holidays are around. I have water sign energy and the divine feminine energy that wanted to come out, which is very interesting. Considering that the Emperor is a divine masculine, the divine feminine energy wanted to come out too. I think show the back and forth that you're experiencing, okay? It's like 1 second you're ready to go, you're ready to take charge, and the next you want to just sit back, you want to relax, you want to live in abundance, you don't want to live in lack or like feeling like you have to constantly grind. I think this flow of the water sign energy too is a good sign that you could be more go with the flow. You could be more emotional. It's safe to have emotions. I think that there's a fear of the past because of potential pitfalls in emotional breakdowns, anxiety attacks I'm getting. So I do feel like this message is meant to find you as soon as you reach this, okay? With the Around Winter card, when I am uploading this is meant to find you now. Because this is, I think, a call to action. Spirit wants you to disconnect from the 3D for a minute. I know I started this reading with saying you need to be more grounded, but I think Spirit really wants you to disassociate from the matrix, if you would, of your day-to-day life, and wants you to be more so emotionally intuitive and open with yourself, not letting the past overrule you, but listening to that inner child again, 6 of Cups here, screaming at you to do something that your soul wants you to do. So I do feel like this has to be something creative. This has to be something innovative. I'm going to pull 2 tarot cards to see what I could get for that. And then I'm going to pull into my other decks. What is it that this collective should be focused on right now? What is this pursuit that you're urging them to focus on, Spirit? The 10 of Cups, where you want to end up. What would a happy life look like for you? Okay, this is the happy family card. This is the happily ever after energy. More children showing up. There could be significance in the color yellow. Okay, that is the heart chakra. There's a lot of yellow in this reading, a lot of red in this reading. Give me one more card, Spirit. What should this collective be focused on right now? What should they be thinking of right now? Because I think Spirit really wants you to think about, where do you want to end up long term, and can you do what you're doing right now forever? And if the answer is no, then it's time to change that, or it's time to accept the fact that you need to potentially make a plan, or even just start, potentially write something down, because there is that missing piece energy that I was getting. We have the Knight of Cups. Move forward with your heart, okay? Move forward with love. A lot of cup energy started coming out after I pulled this water signs card. So I do think, truthfully, it's time for you to make amends and make peace with the past and focus on what it would feel like to move with your emotions. Let your emotions be your guide, or let your heart be your guide. Do what you love to do, move with love. Potentially you could have been met with a lot of resistance, a lot of judgment, like I'm saying right now. And I think Spirit really wants you to be open and accepting of people and their downfalls, and move forward with grace, move forward with confidence, and knowing that other people's projections on you, it's not the truth, it's their own sort of fish to fry, I'm hearing. So Spirit wants you to focus on moving with love and thinking about a long-term goal, okay? I'm actually seeing 1010 in my mind's eye, so 1010 could be significant, or number synchronicities coming up very frequently, okay, for you. So I think a lot of this, you could feel very much so lonely. I am getting that you are very lonely, or you're spending a lot of time with your thoughts only. So Spirit wants you to think about what would make you happiest. I feel like Spirit left that very open-ended because that is your own slot to fill, okay? That missing piece of the puzzle, I feel like, will not be resolved in this reading for good reason, because that is unique to everybody watching this today. But just know that if you do get really heavy energy around the wintertime, or if you do have like winter depression or feelings of negativity just overall throughout the winter, Spirit wants to remind you that this is something that actually happens very frequently. I don't know why you need to be reminded of that, but this is a reminder that this passes as well, okay? Focus on where you want to be. Where do you want to end up? And the answer should come. And take this one day at a time. Take this one thought at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. Like I said, even if you could just write one thing down, sort of thing. So I'm going to pull from my other deck. We have number 24 that wanted to come out. It's called Illusions. The voices in our heads that tell us that we are not enough, that others want us to suffer, that things will not turn out the way that we want them to, create tangled webs from which we struggle to free ourselves. Albeit, the key to do things so lies only in our hands. So do the stories that we end up believing when the goal seems unattainable, and we tell ourselves that we do not have the tools in our hands to pass the test. There was something about tools. This is crazy. We delude ourselves that all is lost. We begin to persevere and perceive a distorted reality. But the difficulty lies in unraveling the fog and banishing the voices that insistently take our failure for granted. This card is a tough one to deal with, because it puts us up against the toughest rock to break, our beliefs and our unconscious attempt at self-sabotage. If we can see the way out and learn to silence these voices, everything will seem clearer in our eyes. Yeah, a lot of this is about listening to these negative voices or thought loops that distorts our reality, that keeps us stuck. I think that this is what you're dealing with. You could be having a hard time distinguishing from fear and logic, or anxiety and intuition, or something here about not being able to break out of the mental prison that we've put ourselves in, because potentially there is a fear of failure or a fear of reverting back to a past way. Like I said, that message within this winter card, these negative feelings throughout the winter, they always pass, right? We always reach the spring. And I think that that may be a message for you, that these thoughts too, or this season too, is overcomable. It's not something that will defy you or destroy you. I just heard the name Jason. Jason may be significant. But I do feel like, truthfully, it's time for you to allow yourself to make courageous efforts towards your dreams, towards your goals, because the fear will not repeat itself. The past will not repeat itself because you just have fear of it, okay? You may be feeding yourself these delusions that you'll be stuck this way forever, or there is no way out. but you will find the missing piece, okay? All you have to do is take one step in the right direction. We have the Fox card. It says shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. That could be this Emperor energy. I think Spirit really wants you to understand that you're very capable of negotiation. You're very capable of working with other people, even though you may be alone at this time. There is these foxes here on this card, so there could be significance in the animal spirit, the fox, or the energy of feeling like you have to move in silence. I have the Sun card with happiness and well-being. Yeah, that is that 10 of Cups energy. That is what Spirit is urging you to move towards. Also, this is a good sign that after the winter comes the spring. So there is sun, there is happiness, there is vitality that is restored. You will be happy again. You will be able to feel good again. And I think there could be something too about vitamin D. You may need more vitamin D, or you may need something along the lines of some hope or the energy of the sun. We have Vines. It says, seek out information that will help you. Yeah, you may need to do some form of research or planning, having a practical plan. We have Jug with lighthearted, carefree time, which is quite interesting. This message has been quite heavy considering, but I think Spirit really wants to allow you to understand that there is a brighter time ahead, that this energy of the winter or this energy of the past and overthinking and potential, depression or anxiety will be overcome. You will be in a more lighthearted time. You will find your way out of this never-ending rat race or this never-ending ladder that you're climbing. And it says, things will not always be this way. A change is coming with the caterpillar, which is just perfect for this message. And the yoke card at the bottom of the deck says, feeling tied down or frustrated, which is you in your life right now. So with things are not always this way, change is coming. The caterpillar, it makes me feel like you're obviously about to enter that cocoon phase. You may be experiencing the cocoon phase throughout the winter before you do break out of your shell and transform. This is like right before the metamorphosis takes place. This is all the planning. This is all of the work that's done before the actual breakthrough happens. So I think that you're, like I said, in some form of like a spiritual waiting room. You're in an empty theater. You are sitting in silence right now. And I think Spirit really wants you to at least take that first step to focus on this end goal, because I actually heard a quote, and I always say it, and it's, how do you eat an elephant? And the answer is one bite at a time. So you may need to take one bite at a time, take one step at a time. This elephant may be larger for others than it is for other people, but just know that your dreams are achievable. Happiness is on its way to you. A lighthearted, carefree time is on its way to you. So this is most of my message. I'm going to pull for some charms of confirmation and see if there's any other messages or signs that want to come out for this collective. So I have this moon, this crescent moon here. So this card, number 24, reminded me of the moon. I have another crescent moon with what seems like a cat on it, a little pink cat. So cats, foxes could be significant. I got the maple leaf here. So this could be about the fall time. Maybe the transition from fall to winter is very significant for this collective. I have a Little Mermaid here. The Little Mermaid could be significant. Disney movies could be sort of resurfacing at this time. I have these balloon hearts here. this little bouquet of hearts, which look like little heart lollipops. I think that this goes along with the message that there is happiness and well-being coming here. I even have these hearts with wings. I have a lightning bolt, which could be about shocking revelations, could be insights, like I was saying with that Ace of Swords. I have these sunglasses, so this reminds me of the summertime. Okay, obviously needing to block your eyes from the sun. We have the sun out. This watermelon. Like I said, there could be something about vitamins, minerals, needing to change your diet. There could potentially be some blood work that you need to get done. I'm hearing that's for a select few. I have what seems like a star. So this could talk about stardom or a shooting star, maybe wishing upon a shooting star. I love this. I have the butterfly here. So this is good confirmation that you will be moving into that butterfly phase after that caterpillar phase. I have the grapes here. So more fruit. Fruit could be really significant. You could be drawn to eat more vegetables or fruit at this time. I have the dragon fruit here. Yeah, a lot of fruit, a lot of summer foods wanted to show up. I have the pink bow. I was talking about a red bow before, so I do have the pink bow here. Bows could be significant, like I said. More hearts. I have a blue heart. I have this leaf here. I have that maple leaf as well. Something about the fall time, like I said, it could have transpired. I have this palm tree. Florida could be significant or somewhere tropical. I heard Costa Rica just now. I have this star here as well, another star. I have what seems like a rose. Another purple rose. And I have this crescent moon ring, or a moon with a wing and a crown. So definitely significance in the moon. I have another moon again. So a lot of these are like repeating signs. There could be something about dreams or in the nighttime where you feel like you work the best. Maybe you feel like you have to plan at nighttime. I have another cat here, a black cat. Another mermaid tail. There could be something about the ocean. Florida, like I said, could be really significant, or somewhere with heavy bodies of water, feeling like maybe you like to be in the ocean. Maybe you're someone who likes to be out in the sun at the beach, and that's where the winter's really tough for you if you have the privilege of living with all the seasons. I have another lightning bolt and another heart that wanted to show up. So I do feel like with all the hearts, all of the fruit, all the flowers, there's something here about living within love, abundance, living in the sun, living within a time when things are growing. I feel like this is a transitional period of your life, of time, and this is all happening now, and this is a good message for you to just start. Whatever this is that you feel called to do, just start it. If you feel like you're nervous to leave a comfortability zone or something that makes you feel safe, question if this is because you're nervous about reverting back to an old cycle. But I think you need to hear that old cycle transpired so you could get to this point, so you could make beneficial changes. So I think truthfully the message is to focus on an end goal and know that you will get there. And all this requires is taking one bite at a time, taking one step at a time. And I think that you'll find that missing piece and you'll be able to fill that empty theater. I think you too may be dealing with loneliness or the feeling of not having a support system. And I think this is a good sign that when you do align with where you're meant to be headed, with this shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business matters, this makes you feel like you're going to be linking up with other people who could work with you or assist you, sort of like a soul tribe sort of energy, or finding the right group of individuals who could support you and maybe actually silence out the loud voices in your head. And potentially, too, you need to forgive yourself or you need to forgive someone else. I'm actually getting a sibling in particular or a father figure for a lot of this collective. With that Knight of Cups, Six of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. So there is something about making peace with the past and allowing yourself to forgive other people, forgive yourself, and move forward and liberate yourself from this schedule that makes you feel stuck or makes you feel trapped. So I do feel called to leave this here, and I really appreciate you choosing to connect with me. I appreciate you taking the time to hear this message. I hope that it was insightful and resonated for you. All of my socials are linked in the description. If you are interested in booking a personal reading with me, you could find that down there as well. And other than that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night whenever you're seeing this. Thank you so much.